All right, let's talk about two of the most famous mushrooms you'll ever find on a menu, the Italian porcini and the French cèpe. You know, chefs go absolutely wild for these things, but there's a really interesting question that comes up all the time. And that question is pretty simple. Are they actually two different mushrooms? I mean, you see them listed separately, but is there really a difference between a porcini and a cèpe, or is something else going on here? Okay, here's the big reveal. They are the exact same mushroom. That's right. Porcini and cèpe are just two different names for the same incredible, delicious fungus.
Now, if you want to get scientific about it, there's really only one name you need to know. Boletus edulis. That's the one. It's the single species that everyone, from chefs to foragers, is looking for, no matter what they call it locally.
So if it's all the same mushroom, why the two super famous names? Well, it all boils down to a tale of two names from two different countries.
So yeah, you probably guessed it. Porcini is the name they use in Italy, and cèpe is what you'll hear in France. But what's really fun is what these names literally mean.
In Italy, it's called porcini, which adorably translates to little piglet. And it's probably because of its kind of plump, stout shape that looks a little bit like a tiny pig.
Over in the Gascony region of France, though, it's known as cèpe, and this name means tree stump, which is a perfect description for the mushroom's thick, firm, and really sturdy stem. Now, even though they're the same species, some foodies will argue that the terroir, the soil and the climate, can actually create some subtle flavor differences.
So we know what to call it. But honestly, the more important question is, why is this mushroom so popular? Why is it considered the absolute diamond standard? And I'm not making that up. Chefs and food critics literally call it the diamond of the mushroom world. A title like that isn't just handed out lightly. It tells you this is basically culinary royalty.
But what is it exactly? What gives this mushroom its diamond status? What makes it so incredibly special?
Well, it really comes down to the whole sensory experience. For one, the taste is just so rich and earthy, almost like the smell of a forest. And then there's the aroma. It's super aromatic and nutty. But the real game changer is the texture. It's firm, it's dense, and it has this amazing chewiness.
In fact, that texture is so unique, so remarkable, that it almost always leads people to make this one very surprising comparison. Seriously, people who try it for the first time, they almost always say something like, wait a minute, is this a mushroom or a steak? It's a genuine, honest-to-goodness reaction to how meaty and substantial it feels when you bite into it. And that whole steak comparison, it's no exaggeration. It comes straight from that incredible combination of a dense, chewy texture and a deep, savory flavor. It's really in a league of its own. So that leaves us with just one final thought. Now that you know it's the little piglet, the tree stump, and the steak of the fungus kingdom all rolled into one, are you tempted to try the diamond of the mushroom world?